welcome back to Book Reviews by Alice. Today we are talking about The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is the first book in the Heir of the Folk series that Holly Black has written. It's followed up by The Wicked King, Queen of Nothing. So this is book one, and then I have separate reviews for the other two books, so once you've heard this one, they will be posted shortly, or if you're watching this later, you can go and check them all out. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss out on any of my Mythology Monday posts about my book series, The Head, the Heart, and the Heir, and you don't miss out on any of my fantasy book reviews, or some will be fantasy, most will be fantasy, some will be the odd one that I throw in just for fun. So let's dive into The Cruel Prince. This book fell into the trap that often happens with first books for me, where the first book was as you can see by the 3.5. And honestly, looking at this now, I feel that was a little bit generous. Probably should have been a 3. Now, the reason for it is I love the world building. I'm not a fan of urban fantasy typically, but the way that Holly Black set this up, where they have their own certain kind of like realm and the humans have their part, was great. The beginning was awesome when this like bloody knife-wielding guy comes in and steals these children and murders their parents. Like, that was amazing. That was a great start to a book. And then we hop forward and it's just like life in the Fey realm, which is fine. You need to have life in the Fey realm and have rules and everything explained to you. And the magic rules and the world building rules, they were fantastic. I love that, you know, the salt can't make them persuade you and you have to have these berries and things like that. And as two human girls in the Fey realm, it makes perfect sense. And the rules where even though Jude and her twin sister are not children of the general who came and took them, their sister is, and because he was married to their mother, they are his responsibility despite the fact that they're from another man. I kind of like that family lineage thing where he's still expected to take care of them even though they aren't his own children. And he does a really good job. Well, really good in the sense that he's a mean old Fey general. So it makes a lot of sense the way that he actually does try to take care of them, and it works itself out as best as you can hope for. Now, what I didn't like about this book fell into the teen angst category for me, and honest to God, I left high school. I would not go back to high school if you paid me $1 million. So no. Cardan kicks dirt on her food. Like, for goodness sakes, they prank her. They're just, the teen angst was just too much for me. Like, there's teen books where the teens don't act like teenagers and they have their heads on straight and they get their stuff done. But this one was the teens nonsense, which drives me crazy as an adult now. Frankly, it drove me crazy as a teenager, the backstabbing and the crap teens deal with. I didn't want to deal with it as a teenager. As an adult, I really don't want to deal with it. So when I read this, all the school stuff, all the nonsense there, I honestly didn't even know if I was going to read the next book because I hated it so much. It was just, oh God, really? This again? So what I will say is, if you're not into teen angst, still try it. Know that book 2 and 3 do not have this teen angst in them. They are much better in that regard. So you have to suffer through this book to learn the world and to learn the characters so that you can love book 2 and 3. And I will say, I loved book 2 and 3. This one, it is what it is. It's the first book. The world building is important. The characters are important. But the other crap that comes with it is just, it's just there and you just have to deal with it. So get through the angst, get yourself to book 2 and 3 because you will not regret it. So that's my opinion on The Cruel Prince, and I hope you guys have a great day.